Hmm. I guess I'm alive. Well, I am alive because it says end stream. Hi, Ambex. Whoops. I gotta. Well, I am alive. I've got to mute. Oh, before anybody gets here, have you heard the sad news? Well, I guess it's good news, sad news. I've got mixed feelings about President Biden dropping out. Not surprised, but scared to death. We can kind of talk because no one else is here yet. Um, yeah. So, anyway, I'm glad that you're here. I'm sure it's blistering hot where you are. Have you gotten a lot of rain? I think that's what I saw somewhere, that the southeast was going to get a lot of rain. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know how well this 3 o'clock's going to work. I know Tanya just went live. And hi, Dar. And so I'm going to hang in there for another couple of weeks at 3. And I put a little poll out on my art and Facebook, the art Facebook. Hi, Gail. Gail's here. So Pam's here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. So anyway, I've got a couple of things I want to work on today. Um, Postcards, obviously. I posted the postcard for 21 as my uh, picture. And so I'm all caught up. Actually, I'm all pretty much all done. I'm not going to be here next. I mean, I'll be here next week, but during the week. Yeah, now we can all hold on tight for sure. I roller coaster, emotional roller coaster for sure. Absolutely. Um, so I'm going over to the west coast of Florida, and I'll be back for the stream. I'm going to leave Thursday, come back Sunday, so I won't miss my 2 streams. At least that's the plan. And so we'll see. So I wanted to get my. Oh wow! Mowed the lawn. It's moving in now. Okay. I know. I'm looking forward to it. Oh wow, he's working in the bathroom now. God bless him. Whew. It's a long haul. Um. Oh no! Pulled something in your lower right back. No, that's not good. Yeah, yeah. Ice and heat. I guess that's the best thing you can do if you know that you've done something and you've pulled it. I tried going to a chiropractor once, and it just I'm not a chiropractor fan. Some people are. Some people. Oh, I hope you catch her. Oh, please, yes, please think. Um, yeah, let's send Aunt Bex cat vibes so she can catch Juanita and get her squared away, so the poor little thing won't have any more babies. So, if you need any more help with that financially, let us know. Uh, yeah, I know. Yeah, you have to have a good one though. Yeah, my mother went to a guy for years, because she had oh, I can't remember. She had some spinal issue, not spinal pif, no, that nothing like that, but something, and he kept her, moving. You think it's muscle related? Well, if the ice and heat are helping, then I would guess that it's probably. Are you going to ask the customer? Okay, all right. Well, let us know. All right. So I'm going to show you what I think is going to be what I'm going to put these 31 postcards in. Not sure that it's going to work. Oh, she's still nursing the kitten some. Hi, Lydia. Well, I guess, they must be getting old. They must be just absolutely friggin' adorable. Oh, wow. Came to their house. Isn't that something? That's amazing, Gail. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. That's really, remarkable. That's exceptional. Yeah, for sure. So we're hoping that Becky can capture Juanita and get her to the vet. I'm sure if I'm thinking positively, once you get her there and then get her home and let her go, she's going to take off like a bat out of hell. She's going to be out of there. So it'll be a while probably before you can grab her to take her in for the operation, so to speak. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I think might work for the postcards, but I'm going to do a little reading out of Robert, the latest book from Robert called Uh-Oh, and some observations from both sides of the refrigerator door. I only have, one refrigerator door, actually two, if you count the freezer size, right? So anyway, this is where I left off, and I actually wrote it down. So I didn't read out of it last week, but I'm going to read out of it this week. I am writing this time in what I think of as lines of thought. Much as conversation is carried on between two people, one thing leads to another. There's a pausing now and then, and the end of a conversation isn't always directly connected to the beginning. Nothing definitive is intended on any subject. In fact, I am deliberately depending on your adding your thoughts and experiences to mine as we go, to give completion to our conversation. The book will not work without your taking significant responsibility for it. My own movement of thought is not meant to be a straight point-to-point linear line of march, but a horizontal exploration from one area of interest to another. There is no ultimate destination, no finish line to cross, no final conclusion to be reached. It's the way I feel about dancing. You move around a lot, not to get somewhere, but to be somewhat in time. Two visual artists have significantly affected my thinking about writing, Paul Cézanne and Constantin Brancusi. Cézanne painted the same mountain in Provence over and over again. He was not interested as much in Mont Sainte-Victoire as he was in the play of light and shadow and color on the mountain. His painting was always about the essence of a thing and not the thing itself. Brancusi, I'm not pronouncing his name right, the subject's matter also may seem limited. By the time Brancusi died in 1957, he had made many versions of a few ideas. One major work, Bird in Space, was carried to completion at least 28 times in wood, marble, plaster, and bronze. Each version was slightly different. Each time he was trying to express his feelings about flying. He wanted to catch an idea in the air, soaring itself. He succeeded. Almost every survey of art history in print has a photograph of one of Brancusi's birds, as do the major modern art museums of the world. It's true, he was hammered by the critics in his own day for not turning out a wider variety of subject matter, for working away at the same themes over and over instead of moving on to do new things. Brancusi explained that innovation was not his way. Only a few very basic subjects engaged him, very common aspects of existence: a kiss, the beginning of life, the prodigal son, human beauty, and he wanted to keep trying to cut away everything extravagant extraneous to his feelings about these subjects and express them as simply as possible in sculpture. As you read along in this book so far, and especially if you've already read my 2 previous books, you will notice that I have come back again and again to a few themes that hold my concern fast. Questions, actually, that I keep on the front burner of my mental stove, such as, how shall I achieve a living balance between mundane and the holy, between humor and grief, between what is and what might be, between self-concern and concern from the common good, between the worst that I often am and the best I might well become. And it is really possible to do unto others as I'd have them do unto me. Why is it so damn hard? All right, I'll stop here. Yeah, and then I can finish that up next week. Those are, he basically does talk about those things, but those are all good ones. I have to agree with him on those balances that we try to maintain. And most times we're not even aware of the balancing act that we do every day. Conversations and such that we have with people. All right, so I'm going to mark this 7/21. I don't have to put 24, but I will. Talked to my sister yesterday. She received my birthday card that I made for her. And I think I made that during the chat. I mean, I got it in the mail by the 16th and she got it within a couple of days. And we were surprised because they've been having trouble with their mail down in the San Antonio area of Texas. So, all right. So I'm going to show you the postcard thingy. This was a concertina type of thing that I made a while ago, and it was inspired by Dee Dee. It was something that she made out of a poster board, as you recall, and I bought some poster boards that were called railroad boards, but why, I don't know. Okay, once I get her in the carrier, she's going to stay in it until appointment time. I'm thinking the night before her actual surgery. I will have to set her up in the garage. Yeah, that's a good plan. Yeah. What time is her appointment tomorrow? I hope it's not god awful early. Well, you probably know pretty much her modus operandi, so to speak. You probably have a good idea of when and where you can catch her. So this was this you'll see it, and I think I've showed it to you. It folds out and such, and so I decided that I would 9 a.m. Oh, okay. Oh, that's not too bad. You guys are all up early because everyone's getting ready for work. So she'll be out there at breakfast time. Ah, okay. All righty. That's when you feed her. Oh, speaking of, I closed my bedroom door last night and I had, she howled, she carried on, and I just ignored her. I'm speaking of Lily. And, but I didn't get up until after 6 to feed her. So that was a good night's sleep for me. She has a tendency to wandering off once it starts getting hot. Yeah, I don't blame her. I wonder, do you know where her kittens are? I mean, other than under the hood of your truck? I guess, are they still huddled together, or are they off and are wandering about? I wonder. I'll have to wait. So this was that concertina thing, and I wanted to make like I was thinking of putting tape together, and then having it stick down. And so there's the napkin. And what I did was, this is a divider type of thing. The clear dividers, page protectors rather. And I cut it down and I stitched it here and around. And then I used double-sided tape and I cut a little notch in there so the card will fit in there like so. Come on, go in there. I just took it out of there. You saw me take it out of there. And we know it fits in there. I just have to, there. Okay. So that's, now whether I can get 31 cards in here is another question altogether. But there are 31 spots with a little finagling, so to speak. So I've got one, and then I've got two, but you can see it's already coming undone. So I'm going to use the Timmy fastener. Hi, Angie. I don't know why we can't call it a stapler, but I'm just going to put a little staple right here to kind of keep that from, yeah, you can barely see that. Okay. And I have little staples here. And then I decided, instead of using double-sided tape along the bottom, I just put, you can barely see them, I just put 3 little staples down here and a couple on the side. So there's card 3. Now the colors don't match at all, and I don't really care. And then and this one I just stapled. This one has to be put down. I just put a staple, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3 staples across, and there. Now this opens up. I have to, I think so. I'm hoping, yeah, if I can get them all in there. And if I can't, then I'll take them all out and find something else to do. Yeah, matches. Yeah, it does. Yeah. And sometimes, I mean, there is some blue, and there's some matchy here, kind of, maybe. And this is the one, and I didn't stitch this side because I'm thinking I'll put a little staple there. And so this will be 5, and then I have to open it. Okay, Angie. Okay. Whatever works for you. So this will open. So this will be 5, and then 6, 7. And I will probably take the 5x7 jelly plate thingy and cover that with paint and kind of do one of these jobbies and stamp on this to cover it up a little bit. And I would do 5, 6, 7, and then we would go back to the rest of it. And I have to open it one more time in order to get them all in. And I'm not sure, but there's a spot here where it opens, and I'm not sure where that spot is. I think it's here, and I'll have to use these 2 spots also. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry for your loss, Angie. Yeah. Yeah. I hope everyone's holding up okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's got to be hard on the family and you. Thank you for telling us. So, and then you have to come back this way, and you have to use the other side of it. So I've got a lot. I've got a lot of work to do, but by opening those 2 flaps, then I will get my 31. I've counted it several times, and I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. By opening those 2 sides, I pick up some space. The other thought was keeping this side open so you can slide the card in. But if I keep that side open, I'm afraid that they would fall out. It's not like they are not. It's not like this book is going to get a lot of, use. Just basically a storage place. I was thinking of making a box, but if they're in a box, then you can't see them. You got to take them out of the box, and this way you don't have to take them out. You can just view them. So let me just staple Elvis in. Well, I can't. I'll have to get the other stapler. I've got one. I finally bought one of those long-armed ones so I could reach down here. So that's okay. But that's the plan for now. And again, I just have a couple of more cards to do. And what I'm doing is I've taken pictures of them. So first thing in the morning or before I go to bed at night, I can just post them. And I made a little easel for them. They had a little easel at Dollar Tree, but the one I bought didn't have a thing on the bottom. So I just glued a half of a clothespin so I can put the card on that and then take the little picture. That's a little easel that you can draw on. So that's the trouble I've been up to. And I'm still working in my, I know, and you know, everybody has. I mean, again, if you go to Instagram and type in, you know, the hashtag jelly postcard play, there's hundreds of them there. It's amazing. You can scroll through them, and and they're all different. They're all so different. You know, the underlining theme, they're all postcards. They're all 4x6. And then after that, and they all have a number, though. That was pretty much Carrie's only requirement, that they be a 4x6 postcard and that they have the number of the day on the front of the card. Oh, and they have to be jelly plate related. Jelly plate print or a roll-off paper. You know, if you're doing jelly plate printing, you know, you get the roll-off papers. Anything to do with jelly plate printing or, you know, any of that has to be included. And that's about it. So, and they're pretty amazing. So, and I'm also doing this. And I still love the crinkle, and I love this material. So where we are today, I think you've all seen this. I think you've all seen all of this. This is packaging, and this was aged. And let's see. And the prompt for this was free. And this is a couple of pictures that I kind of put together that came out of the collage soup thing. And I did the bold thing, the same kind of thing I did with the life. And it was a quote that I found, and it says, "Freedom lies in being bold." And so I put that on there. And so the prompt for today is, oh, I am way behind. Holy, oh, that's the night. Oh, okay, I can work on, okay. All right. And the next one is tag. So I have a tag, and I'm ready. This is a tag I made out of an ad. I don't know where I got this, but this place is Forest Ridge Country Club in California. Someone must have, I don't know how I ended up with that, but I cut it and made it into a tag. So let's turn this into a tag. Okay. And I've got taggy stuff to use. Oh, I wanted to show you this thing. This was a cover of a box that I took it apart, and I thought, wouldn't this make a great cover for a journal? I love this kind of graphic designs. I guess that's what you'd call this, is a graphic design. And I took it apart, and I'm gonna make a journal out of it. I haven't decided whether I want to keep that or not, but I just love this. It'll make a nice little journal. I deconstructed. There was a box that kind of slid in here, and I took it apart to use that as a journal cover. And oh, I have to show you this picture. Now, I don't know whether I might do a charcoal transfer of this one. I think most of you saw the charcoal transfer that I did. I did that during our craft chat room on Thursday. But I thought this one would be wild. Look at this one. Isn't look at that makeup? It makes them look like they're plastic dolls. Isn't that unbelievable? There's a whole series of these that are in vogue. But I thought she was, just look at that. That's just amazing. But I thought I might try her, do that charcoal thing. Those of you that didn't see the charcoal thing, I'm sure you did. I can show it to you if I can find it there. And that was the charcoal one I did. And here was, it was based on this ad that was in, I think it was an ad in Vogue. I don't know. I can't remember now where the ad came from. And that was my second attempt at doing the charcoal thingy. And she reminds me of very Audrey Hepburn. Is it Audrey Hepburn? No. Is it Audrey Hepburn? Who's the other? Who's in Breakfast at Tiffany's? Yeah, I think it was Audrey Hepburn. My chat's not moving, so I'm hoping that everybody's, I don't know. Oh, okay. Yes, you think so? Yeah, I think it was Audrey Hepburn, not the other one. The one that head shook. The Spencer Tracy's girlfriend. Audrey, yes, okay. Reminds me of Audrey Hepburn. I love the movies that she made with Cary Grant. So, all right, so let's look for some taggy stuff. And I've got a lot of stuff that I pulled out to cover this and make a tag out of. Oh, the other thing I was thinking of to attach those little things to that book was the little tiny eyelets, but I don't know. I've got a lot of bits and pieces that I can cover this with. And this is some Happy Mail and other stuff that I received that I can glue on that. So I got a bunch of stuff that I can cover this with. So why don't we start with doing a little glue in here and start building ourselves a tag. Well, you can see what I'm doing. I know this is a little busy to look at, but this is my kind of my glue thing. You take care, Angie, and give our best to your family, okay? We're thinking of you. Alrighty, let's glue this down. I was watching Pam from the Paper Outpost, and she always used Scotch brand glue sticks, but apparently that variety of Scotch brand glue stick, she said they were no longer making. So she was using a different Scotch brand glue stick that she was not happy with. I almost left her a comment and recommended this glue stick because I'm pretty happy with it. You guys are probably bored with me telling you how happy I am with this glue stick. But I am. What can I tell you? I'm very happy. Let me stick this over here. I could use matte medium, but stick that over there, and then we can stick something here that's interesting. I have so much stuff. Don't we all? I got out all my field notes. Oh, look at that kitty. That kitty. what this is. Ooh, that's pretty. That's like a seed packet. Let's stick that on there too. I'll find the kitty. It's like 90, I don't know, 93 here, 94. It's just Florida. No rain though. We really have not had any rain. These are some of the 2-inch Twinchies from Cindy Lovin. That was my swap partner. Isn't that pretty? Never stop looking up. Okay. I think these are some Happy Meal stuff that I got from her. So let's stick this over here. Let's stick this over here. That works. Okay. I always forget to make tags, and tags are fun. I mean, they're great to make. You can use lots of little bits of stuff, and you can make them super big or super small. And I mean, I've got a drawer that says, what does it say on it? It says tag materials. And I got it down, and it really wasn't tag materials. It was tags, stuff to make, to use for tags. Yes, they're great swappers too. Yeah. Clothing tags. Any of those cards that you get, you can cut into a tag. I got a really nice little device. It was a little tool that Maddie from Spectrum Art Creations, if I can reach it, they created this really nice little tool, very handy. And I don't know if you can see it, but it has the 4 different sizes. I mean, I know I have a thing that'll cut it, but it's got 4 little different sizes, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, inch, and then 3/4 of an inch. If you want to make your own tags, then you can just stick this up in the corner, right? And then you can copy on both sides. And it's a little tag maker that they created and made and are selling on their website. And it's got a little hole in it. So I use that quite a bit to make tags out of random cards, because we get a lot of these cards in the mail as advertisements. So Gail says, I need to gel print a bunch of pulls with black only, as my neighbor wants me to paper piece her friends. Oh, wow. Whoa. He looks like my sister's cat went missing last week. Oh, that's right. That's right. She was hiding under a recliner. Oh my gosh. Where? In your sister's house or in somebody else's house? That is funny. She's lucky she didn't get squashed. Hiding under a recliner. Oh my God, that is hysterical. Oh, wow. Becky. Well, the cat, I mean, I guess there'll be different shadows. Oh, I have to. Okay, I've got to cancel that. All righty. I know what they want to talk about. I'll have to get back to them. So, let me see. So was it in your sister's house? I mean, your sister's house? That she, where they found her? Or she didn't walk into a stranger's house. Oh, yep. Yeah, I'm glad she was in the living room. Is that somewhere? I mean, typically cats have their typical hiding places. I was wondering whether that was the place where she normally is. That some place that she's never, I mean, when I start looking for Lily, there's certain places that I go looking for her because my house isn't very big, so there's not too many places for her to hide. That's a pretty kitty, but I think we'll stick her on there. Why not? Let's stick her down here. Well, I'm glad she's okay. Didn't expect to find her there. Stick her down here, maybe. I think I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. When I was moving from New York to here, we'd gotten the car packed, everything, and my son was driving down with me. Hi, Marguerite, from beautiful British Columbia, from beautiful BC. We were driving, we were going to drive straight through from outside of Buffalo to here, and we're in Florida, right? And whoops, the car was packed. The last thing we had to do is grab my cat, Sweetie, and she's all black. I just made me think of this because Becky, she was an all black cat, and couldn't find her. And there was no place for her to hide because the house was empty. All of the furniture was gone, right? Everything was gone. There was no place for her to hide. And we could not find her anywhere. And then we thought, well, gee, maybe she got out while we were loading the car. So we were looking all around, the bushes around the perimeter of the house. Could not find her anywhere. This is a bag of goodies I bought a long time ago, and I'm going to use some of them. Couldn't find them. And then, we had to get going. And, my son said, well, we're just going to have to leave her. I said, I can't leave her. I mean, she's an inside cat. I just can't leave her. That's ridiculous. And he said, I know you can't. And he said, I don't know what to tell you to do. So he went back in the house and took one look. And again, all the furniture is gone. There's nothing in the closets, nothing. But in the basement, there was an old, stereo, an old-fashioned TV cabinet. That was there when I moved in, and I was not taking it with me. It was something that was there when I moved in. And she had crunched her. She was a little cat. She had gotten herself in a tight little ball and was in the corner of this old TV console piece of furniture. And it was in the basement, and it was dark down there. And I was upstairs, and I heard Dave yell, I found her. Oh my God. I was so relieved. But there she was. You couldn't see her. He happened to just look, and she happened to open her eyes, and he just saw a glimmer of her green eyes. And so we got her and scooped her up into a towel and put her in the, we actually bought a cage that was big enough for a dog because we wanted it big enough to be able to put a kitty litter box in. So we had the kitty litter box in there, and for the trip. I was just reading that. It says, see that hump? I don't know what that means. Is that Something to do with hook and eyes? Is that a sewing term? The DeLong hook and eye, number 2. But anyway, I know. I was so relieved when I heard him yell, I found her. And then she literally clung to the side of the cage, all fours, like clinging to the side of the cage and meowed. Oh my God, it seemed like forever, but probably for about 45 minutes. And then she finally settled down. But oh my God. Oh, it's terrifying. And crawled into the wall and up into the space between the, oh my gosh. Holy mackerel. Hi, Barbara. Good to see you again. Barbara and I were together this morning over at Miriam's. Miriam was working on her cards. You know, everyone's going to be, this has been great for us crafters because, you know, if we don't know what we're going to do, we can say, well, we're going to work on our cards. P&M Studios are working on their cards. I think Patricia is all caught up, but not Mariah, because they're doing their jelly plate printing stuff too. So when this is all done, but I haven't really done any of my cards on stream. I don't believe I have, and I've done them off stream. I did try to make a little video of one early on, number 3, with my camera, and I posted that. But a lot of people are doing whole streams. Zandra's doing that every day, every noon. She's working on hers. I don't know. Let's take that there. Not sure. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, I was going to use this lady. Well, let's stick this lady, since this seemed to be a sewing theme. So let's stick her here. I need to put something underneath that. How about a little piece of this? Old-fashioned classified. Help. Wanted mail. Young woman wanted. Ooh. For sales work in Billings must be of good character and appearance. However, the chief qualification is to possess the faculty of industry and hard work. There you go. Boys wanted to sell morning and evening Gazette on streets in Billings. I guess that's Billings, Montana. Men who are physically handicapped can also earn a livelihood selling the Gazette. All right, Gazettes. There you go. I actually had a mail boy deliverer that delivered the newspaper, like the old fashioned, throw it up on the threw it up on the porch before school, and I had him as a student. And I got a little perturbed with him because he would make comments about when I got up in the morning. He said, I see Miss Law was running a little late this morning. I'm thinking, hey, you know what? You don't need to be telling everybody, what time I'm up in the morning just because you happen to be up in the morning delivering the newspaper. You can just kind of keep that information to yourself. He was a bit of a pain in the ass student. I know I shouldn't say that about my students, but I have no idea where he is today. And I don't know how much those kids made. And back in the olden days, I guess, that was a nice little bit of pocket change for kids to get on their bikes and fling newspapers. I mean, he was always good. He never missed my porch. It would be hard to miss the porch, but I love that house. Oh my gosh, I love that little house. And an old-fashioned porch, that you could sit on. Chairs. Sit out there, a cup of coffee in the morning, and say hi to your neighbors as they walk by. It was really, it was, oh, 3 cents per paper. Yeah. Well, we had, and then when I lived in the other house, oops, well, I won't cut that more. It was a couple that delivered the papers, and they delivered them in a car, and they must have had probably maybe two or at least 200 or so plus customers that they delivered papers to. In the big picture, I'm okay without it. I would love to add it. I know. But it was an old fashioned, No, it was big enough. I had a table, a little wrought iron table out there, and 2 chairs. And then later on, I built myself. I built 2 Adirondacks chairs that were on the porch, which I left behind when I moved down here. Obviously, I wasn't going to bring Adirondacks chairs. Adirondacks chairs don't really go with the Florida vibe, but yeah, I built them. I was very proud of them. So I had 2 of them, which I left behind, which I'm sure Richard, every time Richard goes, my youngest son, he goes to that area every summer with his kids, and he always drives by that house in Bemis Point, and he did this time, and he said, well, I think they may have been away because there was a package on the front porch, and it had a little back porch too that was kind of enclosed, and it had a detached garage, a single car garage. It was a nice little house, and every summer I would have something major done to it. I could, yeah. Except there's not very many porches here in Florida, at least not where I am. Well, I guess there could be. I don't know whether there's any houses here that, well, I take that back. My neighbor across the street has a kind of a porch-like thing. It's kind of screened in, and she's got a couple of chairs. Yeah, I guess, there are, like, screened in, yeah. And she's out there occasionally. I was telling you, I took my neighbor, also known as my roof mate. That's what we call people that you share a duplex with. We call them our roof mate. So I took my roof mate to an ear doctor's appointment on Friday. So I did my good deed for the year. Lanai's. I don't know. I think if it's screened in, is that a lanai? That's a good question. I know that. Oh, I guess it is called. I guess you're right. It may be called a lanai. Yeah, now that you say that, that could be like the official Southern term. Lanai. Yeah. I guess you're right. I never thought of that. Well, I have a porch that you can't, well, you could sit in it, but it's, it just leads from my front door to the screen door that goes to the sidewalk and then out to the road. And whoever lived here before, not the lady that I bought the house from, but the lady before that who did all the remodeling. It's a long, narrow porch. I mean, it's not a place that you would sit out because you're just looking at a wall. I mean, and you can look out at the front road through the size of a screen door. But they installed a fan. It's got a fan. Assuming that people would sit out there. A beautiful fan, which I think is a waste of a fan. Let's see. Stick this here. I don't know. Oh, this is a sticker. Oh, ooh, sticker. I thought, yeah, me too, Marguerite. I thought that was a Hawaiian term. Oh, okay. A lanai is a roofed, one-sided veranda, porch or patio that originated in Hawaii. Yeah. So that's an Hawaiian term. Oh, yeah, the big porch. The old Victorian houses. Yeah. Now, there's a place on Chautauqua Lake, which is the lake we lived on when we lived upstate New York. And there's a place called Chautauqua Institution. And it was built in the 1800s, initially as a Sunday school teachers' retreat area. And it's a closed community. And over the years, it built up. If you go into the institute, it's just one beautiful Victorian house after another, with the beautiful gingerbread lacework and beautiful porches. I mean, the old-fashioned, the wraparound porch with the fans, and the homes in there are just spectacular. And now it's grown into a place where in the summertime you can go and there are lectures, there's concerts there, there's all sorts of things going. There's programs there for the kids in the summertime. My oldest son actually was a sailing instructor there in the summertime. And before he got that gig, he was actually had a job as a garbage man there as a summer job. But the homes in there, talk about classic Victorian homes with absolutely gorgeous porches. Yeah. We had a porch in the other house too, but it was not open. It was closed. I don't know whether, I think it was open at one point and someone along the line and closed it. All right, so there's kind of the tag. I'm going to do the other side because I do not worth it up here in the north. Down. Got to inspect something. Oh, okay. I bet. Yeah, these homes were just gorgeous. Oh, okay, with indoor seating tables and sometimes even, yeah. Well, sometimes down south they would have what they would call, and they were second story, right, porches, and sometimes they call them sleeping porches because in the summertime, it was so hot that they would sleep outside on the porches. They were screened in, so you weren't eaten alive. But I think they were called sleeping porches. Oh, okay, understood. Well, I'm glad you could stop in. Yes, it was upscale garbage. But he got to ride the garbage truck on the back. Our neighbor got him the job. Our neighbor was in charge of all of the grounds at the institute. But it was this thing is full of some really nice stuff. Women, save your hands. All right. Save your hands, women. Okay, this is kind of I think this is obviously a sewing theme one. And I think by accident, I ended up buying two of them. So let's do this. I'll pull the I'll peel the back off this. Hi, Chris. Pull this off. Separate it. And Kathy's Renault's coming along nicely. It's such a yes. Thank you for giving me the finger. I so appreciate that. I like to peel that off because you don't really need that. You don't need that extra bulk. Women, save your hands by using Stovine, stove polishing mitten. Okay. Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Okay. I use Ampex hot mitten, for picking up hot stuff. It was a half one. I used it yesterday. So I can't think of anything else that's new and exciting. Things still look quiet in the tropics, even though these weathermen, they are looking to, report weather that doesn't exist, which just pisses me off. I subscribe to the National Oceanic Hurricane Center, and I always open it every day, and I click on the Atlantic, and it shows nothing. But these guys are talking about, there's one guy, the local guy, weather update in the tropics. Okay. I mean, I know reporting the weather here in Florida can be pretty boring. Hot, sunny, chance of thunderstorms. Hot, sunny. So these guys, get their panties all in an uproar. And there's even a hint. The biggest weather seems to be the dust, the massive dust cloud that's coming across the Atlantic from the Sahara Desert. And you can see it. And it was hazy here the other day. It was like a brown fog. Well, I went a little bit too far, so I better back off on that. And it was the dust. But the dust is actually keeping some of the, I guess, the potential hurricane activity down. But if you can look at a satellite picture, you can see it, from like the International Space Station or one of those satellite pictures. You can see this gigantic brown mass that's moving across the Atlantic, and it's dirt, sand coming from or dust from the Sahara Desert. It's amazing. I can't, you guys are not used to that kind of weather at all where you are, Barbara. You've cooled down since the storms last week? Yeah. There's no cooling down here. Well, I shouldn't say that. It was supposed to cool down, but it didn't. Oh, I shouldn't have brought that up. Let's see. Can I move that? Oh, I can. It was supposed to be, initially, they said it was going to be like a high of 88, but it turned out to be a high of 94. So still waiting for it to cool down. But as I started to say, we're not getting those afternoon thunderstorms that we used to get. I mean, you could set your clock by them, your watch, literally 3:30 every afternoon. There would be a thunderstorm that would come through, scare the crap out of Lily. And then within a half an hour, it would blow out of here. And that would be the end of it until the next day. But we're not even getting those afternoon showers. I need something with some color. How about, ooh, that's nice. Something like that. That's cool. I don't want to put the twinsies down there. That's brown too. I got a lot of brown. A lot of brown. How are we doing on time? Yeah, I'm going to finish this up and then say arrivederci. Hasta la vista, baby. Stick this here. Yeah, all right, we'll do that. And I told you I got a cat sitter. I hope that works out. I won't, I mean, as long as they come in and feed her once a day and scoop the shit, we're good to go. I mean, cats are easy to take. Oh my gosh, I started watching Fargo last night. I forgot the TV series based on the movie. I mean, the movie itself, Fargo, was amazingly, and the TV series, which has been on for a couple of years, is just as bizarre, if not more bizarre. More bizarre. That doesn't sound grammatically correct. More bizarre. No, more bizarre. And it's, what channel is that on? Fargo. I think it's on. I think I went back because I hadn't watched it in a while and I wasn't sure so I think it's been on now for 6 years, but so I went back and I picked it up. I started watching it on season 3. And, where you've got the black guy and his 2 white guys called the Kitchen Boys or something. Oh, okay. This past season. Okay, well, I will be binge watching it for sure. I mean, I love the original movie. And the accent. Oh, isn't Ted Danson is the one cop's dad, right? Ted Danson's in this. Although at least season 3 he's in it. I don't remember whether he gets offed or not. Because as I was watching season 3, I realized I had seen it. It's a 4-hour drive from my city to Fargo. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Okie dokie. But the original one was great. Oh my gosh. Was it Frances McDormand who played the female officer that kind of solved the I wouldn't be able to remember them either, Gail. As I'm watching it, I realize that I've seen, it comes back to me. And there's another new series on, I think it's a Hulu original, called Bear. It's about a chef, a guy that has formal chefy training and all sorts of awards, and he decides to go back and take over running the family restaurant and all of the trials and tribulations of being in the restaurant business. And the name of it is Bear. Yes, I do remember Billy. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, I forgot that. She's a great actress too. She was wasn't she in Nomad, which was pretty much a semi-documentary, Nomad. I think she produced and directed that. No, she was hilarious in Fargo. Yeah, she was. I mean, just that very unflappable Nomads, yeah. I told my neighbor that she needed to watch Nomads because she was my kitty sitter, and she bought herself a little converted van, camper van, and she has taken to the road. How dare her? How dare she take off? She and her little dog have left the premises. And she's going to be sorely missed because she was a retired nurse, and she took care of everybody on the block. Anybody that needed any medical assistance or follow-up care, she was the go-to person. She took care of everybody on this block. She really truly did. She was she's not. I shouldn't talk about her in the past tense. She's just not going to be around as often as she was. I mean, she took me when I had my skin cancer stuff done. She took me and picked me up. She helped me out when I broke my wrist. I mean, she's just that type of neighbor that she's there when you need her. I'm going to miss her. I'm going to miss her. And she made a good point. She said to me, if not now, when? Okay. She must have decided it was time for some, yeah, right, yeah. Oh my gosh. She's in the 9-1 with George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Okay. Well, I had just picked her up from I picked her up from the airport about 3 weeks ago. She had just been to Tanzania on a missionary type of trip. No, she's not hauling. No, it's not. It's a van. It's a regular like a van that's been converted into a little camper. So she's driving. It's a converted van. She's not hauling. I wouldn't be able to haul a trailer. Well, I think I could go forward, but to have to back up, no, I could not do that. Back up, because I know you have to turn the wheel. Yeah, she will be like a nomad, right? Except that I don't think she's going to have to stop along the way and get a job at Amazon. I did something really stupid. And I'm just going to say that I did something kind of stupid. And when if it arrives, I will definitely share it with everybody. And I'll leave it at that. I do some stupid stuff. All right. I like that. And it needs some color. So let's see if I can't find something colorful over in this little. How about one of these? I just stuck everything in this bag, and it's amazing how much stuff you can get in a bag. I just kept on stuffing it in there. But I love these little, well, yeah. I was doing the lettering, and I did Be Kind, so I can add Be Kind. I've got these letters. These were some of the letters that I had made for my clock. And I love these ladies, and I don't know who made them, but they are hysterical and very colorful. Look at them. They are vivacious. Is that a good word? Ooh. Let's see. I like her. Hi, Joyce. Let's see. Oh. Oh, should I go big? Aren't these adorable? Let's see. Maybe she can be here in amazement of, oh, maybe we'll stick her up here, maybe. How about that? Yeah, I wonder if voluptuous. Yes, that's a great word. It's fun to say voluptuous. Voluptuous. Bodacious. She's very bodacious. Let me see if I can peel this. Probably don't have to peel it. Probably shouldn't peel it. It's peeling okay. It's coming. It's coming. Bodacious. Voluptuous. Rubenesque. Because back in those days, they wanted voluptuous, chunky models because they didn't want, because that meant that you were not poor and emaciated. They wanted women with some flesh on their bones and in their boobies. I always like Rubens nudes because they were just so healthy. Let's put it that way. They were very healthy looking. Voluptuous. Yes, you were fed. Hi, Adria. Have you've been traveling, right? Are you home from your travels? Or are you still traveling? I think, right? They were looking for you. You were among the missing. Unless I'm thinking of a different. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Oh my, oh my. I like this Be Kind. That was part of the lettering that I did. I used the other one. So we'll stick that on. I'm glad I saved that. It's amazing, right? We save all these little bits and pieces, and then all of a sudden, bingo, there's a place for it. Okay. And I'm going to stick her up here. Oh, look, it's perfect. Because look, she's on a little slant. She'll go right there. And I don't think I'm not going to peel her. I don't think I have to peel her. And then with that, I can say adios, buenas noches, hasta la vista. See you next Sunday. Okay. all I have to do is, hi, Hawaii. Hawaii. Got to punch a hole and put like a little thingy in it. Maybe some, I don't know, some text or something, but that's it. Tag. That was the prompt for the Junk Journal July. And it was fun. And thank you for watching me and listening to me ramble on and on and on. And oh, you know what it needs though? Wait. I got to put one more thing in. I'll stick these ladies over here. And I have to say that the clock that I made is keeping perfect time. Those little clock mechanisms, they were not, I got 2 came in the box, and it keeps perfect time. Yes, it does. Okay, let me just stick one of these on because I made these. I should use them, right? Let me just stick one of these on. Let's do. Oh, that looks good. Right down the middle. All right. Okay, I'm going to stick that right down the middle. Oh, wait a minute. I got a longer one. I got a really long one. Yes. All right. I'm going to glue that down there, but I will do that after I leave the stream because the struggle is going to be real with this because it's so flimsy, but there you go. That'll complete it. Oh, thank you, Ampex. Thank you. I almost did. Okay. Huh. All right. You can see Be Kind now. I know what I'll do. I'll cut it and then, yeah, that's what I'll do. Thank you. Impex is always looking out for me. That's what I'll do. So I'll cut it, stick that there, and then have it start again on the other side. How's that? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, there. Thank you. All right, have a wonderful evening, everybody, a good week, and I'll see you here next Sunday. Keep an eye out. Don't know whether I'm going to stick with 3. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll look at the poll, see what, I mean, I know it didn't work for a couple of people. I'm looking at the numbers. The numbers look about the same. So if you have any input, please share it with me. I'd appreciate it. So again, be good. If you can't be good, remember, be careful and kind and interesting. And if you're the praying type, pray for this country. Bye.